Hi everyone, welcome back to Happy Rituals. I am so happy you chose to join me again today and spend some time with me while I talk about an energizing morning ritual. This is the final video in the three-part series about happiness. I'm really excited to talk to you about this because, as you know, I really feel like our mornings are what set us up for success every day. Before I forget, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I post a video. I post videos weekly about living a happy, intentional life, and I can't wait for you to join me on this journey. So why am I going to talk to you today about an energizing morning ritual? In my first video, I talked about how to wake up happy. This last video is really the last piece of the puzzle to making sure that you're setting yourself up for a happy day. The energizing morning ritual is really to set you up so that you are ready to take on your day. When I talk about how you want to be set up to be able to handle your day, it can both be for those challenging situations that I have talked about that you have on a regular basis, but it also helps you to handle the really good situations, because we want to handle the good situations with humility and grace, and sometimes that can be challenging if we don't have the right mindset when we wake up in the mornings. I want to talk about your alarm clock. I know that a lot of us use our cell phones as alarms, and that's completely fine. I don't count that as checking your phone in the morning if you're just turning off your alarm. But something that I want to encourage you to do is really take the time to think about exactly what time you need to wake up in the morning. Don't set your alarm so that you know you can hit your snooze button 1, 2, 3, 12 times. You know, that's when you hit your snooze button, that's actually counterproductive to your day. Be sure that you're intentional and exact in the time that you set your alarm, and wake up when your alarm goes off. This is very hard, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. I sometimes hit the snooze button and I know that it makes me more sluggish, because when your alarm goes off first thing in the morning, your mind is awake. So if you push the snooze button and go back to sleep, you're actually exhausting your body even more, because it's taking more work for you to fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep, wake up. So that's why I encourage you to be sure that you set an exact time and you wake up when your alarm clock goes off. Now, once your alarm goes off, the first thing I want you to do is to smile, like I had talked about in my first video. But the next thing I want you to do is set your intention for the day. And I want to talk about this a little bit more. I mentioned it in my first video, but your intention for the day can be anything that's going to be meaningful and works for you. Your intention may be a goal that you have. Perhaps your goal is to work out for 45 minutes. Maybe it's to finish reading a book. Maybe it's to finish writing a book. It can be anything that you're working on that's going to be something that feels productive, that you can accomplish during the day. Another intention that you could set is thinking about what your mood is going to be for the day. I, like many of you, work outside the home, and I have different situations that I encounter on different days. So sometimes I know that I'm going to use humor to get through the day. Sometimes I know that I'm going to use humility to get through the day. Sometimes I know that I'm going to use grace to get through the day. And maybe you don't even know what your day is going to bring, so you're just going to set yourself up to smile and have a positive mindset throughout the day. And this takes work. This is a tough practice that I encourage you to take on. Be sure when you're in those difficult situations just to start thinking about having a positive mindset. Just think. It's very easy when you're in a challenging situation or a difficult situation to blame ourselves, to blame others. Maybe someone's giving you some feedback that you don't feel is warranted, and it's really easy to either get passive aggressive, to lash out, maybe you even shut down. And none of those responses are actually going to be productive or help anyone in the situation. So maybe when you set your intention for the day, you know that you're going to handle every conversation that you have that day in a positive manner. And your first step to that is just to have those positive thoughts. And what I mean by that, when you first wake up in the morning, is think about, and I mentioned this in my first video, think about something good that's coming up in the future. Maybe it's a vacation, maybe you're getting ready to run a marathon, maybe you're saving up to buy something. It could be any number of things that you're looking forward to. Maybe you're going to see a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe it's that you're finally going to catch up on your laundry, and all of those are great things. But be sure to keep those close by and keep those in your thoughts first thing in the morning, because those thoughts are what are going to keep you to be able to remain positive throughout the day. Other examples of intentions are things that I already touched on. Maybe you're in a situation where you know that you're going to have a conversation with someone about something. Maybe you need to have a difficult conversation with your partner or a family member, and your intention may be to have a certain mood or to address the situation directly. Maybe your intention is, maybe you tend to lean more toward being a little bit more passive because it's easier, and your intention may be to be more direct and have a direct conversation when needed. I also talked about gratitude in my last video and establishing a gratitude practice, and I want to talk to you a little bit more about that today. What I mean by a gratitude practice is that we're intentionally taking the time to be grateful for the big and little things in our lives. And by practice, I mean that it's something that we do at a set time on a regular basis. And I can tell you, for me, my gratitude practice is the strongest when I'm going through a hard time. And specifically, thinking back to a job that I had that wasn't fulfilling and I didn't have passion for it, my gratitude practice was so strong every morning and every evening because it was really important for me to hang on to what was good and the positive things that I could focus on. When things are going really well in my life, and for you, I'm sure, it's much easier to be grateful for the little things and the big things. So while it's equally important to maintain that practice, it may mean that you only need to think of one or two things once a day, or maybe you think of one thing that you're grateful for in the morning and one thing that you're grateful for in the evening. Anything that you do that helps you to focus on those positive things, regardless of where you're at in your life and how things are going, are really going to help to keep you in that positive mindset and keep you focused on all of the good things in your life. Some examples of things that I've been grateful for recently are certain songs and music that have really spiked happiness, maybe to or from my commute at work. I'm grateful for the ability to work out. I am very grateful to my family. With this being a new YouTube channel, they've been very encouraging and supportive of me starting it. I'm also, of course, grateful for my friends who have supported me. I'm grateful for a job that's fulfilling, that I love, that I'm happy to go to every morning. I'm grateful for the ability to start a YouTube channel and the courage that it took to start a YouTube channel. I upload videos weekly that discuss happiness and living an intentional life, and I'm happy to have you on this journey with me. Thank you again for choosing to spend your time with me today. I hope that you have found something that's helped you in the last two videos, and if you have, mention it in the comments below. If anything that you've changed in your routine that has helped you to wake up happy, or you've implemented something new in your evening routine to help you sleep better, which has led to you waking up happy, put it in the comments below. Thank you again for joining me today. I am so happy that you chose to spend your time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.